Welcome to Side Roads. I'm Carlos, and this is a 2025 first ever Mazda CX-50 Hybrid. Super thankful to the team at Coburg Mazda for facilitating the car for this video. The 2025 Mazda CX-50 Hybrid. This is a brand new product from Mazda and maybe the smartest one yet. So the CX-50 Hybrid comes with a 2.5 liters 4-cylinder hybrid engine that produces 219 horsepower, and there is no figures published for the torque. It's the same case for Toyota, which, by the way, the powertrain here is shared with Toyota. It comes from Toyota and it's the same one used in the RAV4 Hybrid, which is the reason why this must be the smartest product from Mazda, because that's a win-win. It's a proven technology. It's a very popular and very well selling product from Toyota, and then the fact that Mazda is adapting that here, you know, give you the best of the two worlds, which is the Toyota proven system plus, you know, the Mazda special add-ins like the interior, the premiumness, the driving dynamics. So very, very good, and very excited to be driving this car. The CX-50 Hybrid from Mazda competes with cars like, obviously, Toyota RAV4, the Honda CR-V, the Kia Sportage, and the Ford Escape. All those in their hybrid mode. And by the way, this car sits on the SUV, the compact SUV segment with the added hybrid system. Safety features for the CX-50 Hybrid, and these are standard ones, are things like a smart city brake support front, blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, a smart brake support front, pedestrian detection, distance recognition support system, forward obstruction warning, driver attention alert, distance and speed alert, lane keep assist system, lane departure warning, and emergency lane keeping with head-on traffic avoidance assist. So, as you heard, that's a lot for a standard. If you get to the top trim, you get even more safety features on top of those. Price for the CX-50 starts in Canada around the 45,000 Canadian dollar. The top trim goes around 48,000 Canadian dollars. In the US, the base trim comes around 33,000 US dollars, and the top trim goes around 40,000 US dollars. The 2025 Mazda CX-50 Hybrid interior. Well, this is the typical Mazda case. This is a really nice interior. The materials are all high quality and soft and good looking, expensive looking to premium looking, let's say. The support point or the touch points are soft and padded, so that's nice and comfortable while driving. 4 power windows with 1 touch up and down in the 4 windows, which I really like, and it has 2 memory sets that includes the mirrors too when you set your driving position. The steering wheel is leather wrapped and heated on this unit, and I believe in Canada at least is in all trims for the CX-50 Hybrid. The seats are leather in this unit, which is the GT or the top trim. I'll put in the screen what is the trim in the US. And they have contrast stitching and piping, and it's like this gold brownish thing, and it's perforated in the middle. Really nice design on the seats. And I mentioned before, they are comfortable, a little bit firm but comfortable, so they are good for me at least. The seats are also in this top trim, heated and ventilated, which is really cool, and the back seats are heated. So it has this extra tray here, 2 cup holders, obviously the shifter, which is a regular shifter, which I really appreciate that they exist still. Wireless charging here, which is kind of hidden so it doesn't take space from the rest of your stuff that you want to carry in your car. And the center console has a decent size. Air conditioning controls are all physical buttons and regular buttons. It's really well laid out, and they feel nice to the touch and expensive too. So this is a really good design. Have everything you need, but pretty simple and very ergonomic as well. It has a 7 inches digital display in the middle of the dashboard with analog gauges as well, and it gives you can configure a little what you can see here, and it gives you also a little bit of information on the hybrid information, which is pretty much the average of your consumption at this point. And then because this is a hybrid, it has this EV indicator there when the car goes on EV mode, or it's not using the engine. And it also has this power gauge instead of the tachometer, because to show you what is happening with the car and the battery and the consumption and in which mode you are driving in. So that's kind of cool, and it's very similar to what Toyota used to have in their cars, although now Toyota have mostly full digital gauge clusters, so it's a little bit different, but you will see this in a lot of the Toyota products still. 11.25 inches infotainment screen. It is touch for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but is otherwise controlled by this rotary knob, which is typical of Mazda. To me, this is a pretty straightforward system, and when using the Mazda interface, it's pretty easy to use, pretty easy to get used to, and safe too, because you can control everything from the car without having even to move your body. Most people prefer touch screens. I understand that. I think this is a good system, but you now have at least the option of touch screen when using the Apple CarPlay or the Android Auto, as I mentioned. We have a panoramic sunroof here. The back seat I fit behind my driving position, and there is a space enough for me. There is an armrest there, and then the trunk is practical and spacious in my opinion. It's really wide. I like that, so it looks very big and very useful. What do I think about this interior? Please go to the channel and check the other reviews on the CX-50. I really like it. I think it's a little bit premium, by the way. Has a Bose premium sound system, which is really good here too. So I like this interior. I think it's premium, I think it's different, I think it's classic, I think it's minimalistic in a good way. All that you need is here, nothing that you don't need. So that is good. I like it. I think this is a little bit better than most compact SUVs. Again, they are getting better and better, but this is a really good interior from Mazda, and it's the same that you will find in any other CX-50, except for the gauges for the power and a little bit of a hybrid oriented elements here, but other than that, really good. So how is to drive the CX-50 Hybrid? Well, I already reviewed the CX-50 twice in the channel, and I probably will do it again. based on their trims. I really like this car, and you will know that by now, but if not, watch those videos. So the same driving dynamics are here, which is very important, and I think is the thing that differentiates this car from the RAV4, that is somehow where it's coming from, and from others from the class. Of course, this is a very competitive class, and they have been getting better and better with the years. So any of those competitors that are mentioned, and there are more hybrid in the compact SUV segment, will be a good car to have. I am a Mazda fan, so I really like this one, especially in the driving dynamics department. But yes, there are good options there, which is good for you and good for me. So let's start with the hybrid part. The car comes with those 219 horsepower that I mentioned before, and is plenty for this car. There is no need for extra power. The car feels completely adequate for the size and the weight, so that is good. The suspension is on the firm side. It's my preferred type of suspension, not for everyone, so you need to test drive for sure, but I like it. It is soaking up the imperfections from the road with no issues, and it is also giving me some level of understanding what is happening on the road, which I like, so I'm completely happy here. It corners really, really well. This is a very dynamic car to drive, so I like that. It feels planted and responsive and safe, so of course I like that. The steering weight, it is also, I would say, on the heavy side. That's another thing that I prefer and like on my own cars, but I completely understand that's not for everybody, so be aware. And again, test drive if you are in this segment, and if you like the CX-50, it adds a little bit to the sportiness vibe of this car. I like the steering wheel and the steering weight, and I like how the car responds. It's pretty direct, and all the inputs are taken right away, and the car is doing exactly what I'm asking the car to do, so all that is good. But as soon as I got in the car, I felt it. The weight is a little bit on the heavy side, so not for everyone, but I don't think it should be a deal breaker for anyone anyway. So, you know, that's something there, that something to consider. This car comes paired with a eCVT, which I forgot to mention before. It is a CVT, so that's there. Not my preferred type of transmission, but it's also typical in most of the hybrid vehicles available. Some are starting to add regular transmissions, but the RAV4, for example, has also a CVT. So that's not uncommon or unusual, so that's good. It is moving the car well. I mean, when you floor it, you feel the CVT-ness of the characteristics of a CVT, but because it has enough horsepower, and I'm sure the torque with the combined engine plus electric motors is moving the car well, so you don't really have to floor it that hard to get the car moving. And I find the CVT is really progressive, so I like it. It doesn't feel weird to me. I think for most people this will be okay. If you are an spirited driver and you like to go fast, and you like acceleration, and you like full response, the electric motors here are helping on the full response part. But if you want and like a little bit of a more dynamic driving, get a CX-50 either with the regular engine, the 2.5 gas engine, or the turbo engine, which is the sweet spot, at least in my opinion. The visibility on this car is great. The windows are big, the back window is big enough, the mirrors are good, so no issues there. The car, I feel, is pretty comfortable too in general terms. I mentioned that the suspension is firm, but it's not punishing me or making me uncomfortable by any means. And the seats, once again, are a little bit on the firm side, but I find them comfy. So seats are a very personal thing. You need to test drive, you need to go and sit in the cars in the dealership and all that, but I think this is fine. I like these seats. In fact, I do. So that is good. The brakes, which is part of the hybridness, or one of the hybrid characteristics of the car, are regen brakes. So they help to get back some electricity to the battery. That and coasting are the things that helps the engine to keep the battery going, because it's a hybrid, so you don't have to plug it in. And those type of brakes have a particular thing. You can feel the difference, and you can feel the difference here. Do I think that there are too weird or a deal breaker? I don't think so. You need to get used to that. I think after 1 or 2 days driving the car, you will be perfectly adjust to those brakes. So keep that in mind. But once again, that's very common to find in any hybrid or plug-in hybrid and even electric cars. So it's just a difference between how the brake feel is in a gas car versus any electrified version of a car. So I have to mention it because it's there, but it's not particular to the CX-50. It's just something that is part of the formula for driving or owning a hybrid, plug-in hybrid, or electric vehicle. So that said, I think they feel responsive, they brake okay. I don't think you will feel uncomfortable or unsafe with these brakes, but you will feel the hybrid characteristic here 100%. So overall, what do I think? I really like this CX-50. I think this is a product that Mazda needed. They have a plug-in hybrid with the CX-90 and the CX-70, which is great. Now they added this hybrid to the CX-50. There are rumors that a new CX-5 is coming and will offer a hybrid. I don't know if it will be the Toyota system or a Mazda system, but as I said at the very beginning of the video, this is very, very smart, because anybody that knows this will be reassured that this is a good product, because Mazda are typically reliable. They are known by their driving dynamics and driving characteristics. They are known, and if not, you will find right away that they are a little bit premium. They aim for premium, and they use better materials, and the whole car experience is not such basic car-like. So that brings customers in and give customers a different experience. And now adding this hybrid system that is coming from Toyota, well, it's only good. It can only be good for you, for all consumers, and for everybody. And if you like the Toyota hybrid system and you like Toyotas, but you like something a little bit nicer, here you have the CX-50, which is by itself an excellent and super nice car. And now you have the option to get a hybrid, which I think is the best decision. It's a great product. I hope it sells very, very well, because it's just really, really good. This is a great and very smart decision from Mazda to make the already great Mazda CX-50 now as hybrid.